Flex Tip and Leverevolution was another outgrowth of things that Dave Emery and I had talked about if you really want to make an impact in this marketplace, having another 30 caliber or quote unquote 30-30 with 150 grain round nose or 170 grain flat point ain't going to cut it. You can make lighter weight bullets, but you still have to have that same blunt profile.
From the Civil War until 2007, all tubular magazine rifles had to use either very, very blunt round nose or flat tip bullets because they're end to end in the magazine. And so the point of one cartridge, it rests on the primer of the cartridge ahead of it, and it's under spring tension. And under recoil, you can't use a sharp tip bullet because it could cause detonation. Never had it happen, but I can assure you it's most unpleasant.
How do you improve a cartridge that's been out there for 100 and some years and convince the consumer that you've really done that?
The tubular magazine rifles, which are incredibly popular in the United States, always had to use bullets with poor aerodynamics. Great cartridges for short-range use, but they drop like thrown rocks as you get out there, and they start to lose energy. Well, this is the age-old problem.
So putting a pointed projectile in a 30-30 has always been the goal of the industry. How do you make it better? There were several designs that Dave had come up with, and I was pushing him in certain directions, but he's the one that ultimately came up with the softer plastic tip that would function.
They found a compressible polymer tip that would actually, I like to say, squishable. But as that recoil jams the nose of one against the other, it compresses and is totally safe.
Let's put a soft elastomer material, which aids in expansion, helps with terminal performance, but yet does not negatively affect or is plumb safe in a tubular magazine. And an added benefit is the bullet's no longer flat like the old flat points. Now it's pointed, so your aerodynamics are much better with those projectiles. So it was like a win-win-win.
We took a 30-30 from a 100-yard short-range deer cartridge into one that you could reach out to 200 yards if that's where your deer is, and all of the other lever cartridges that you could build off of that. It just gave them a whole new lease on life.
Flex Tip really started with Leverevolution. They started with 30-30, of course, and then they created some of their own cartridges with it very quickly, the 308 and 338 Marlin Express. And then they expanded the Leverevolution line to really include almost all of the old lever action cartridges. It's an extensive line.
So Leverevolution consists of obviously 30-30. That's probably killed more deer than all of us standing here. 45-70, 444. Then there was the 308 Marlin, and then a couple other ones in there, 35 Remington. But those would be the heavy hitters.
There are a lot of reasons why bolt guns and AR platforms are superior, but that lever gun still fits into our psyche, and it is a cartridge gun combo that we like to shoot. Making it a better cartridge, better performance for the shooter, that just gave a new lease on life to guns that were hanging on Grandpa's mantle that I hadn't pulled down for years. You know, you bring back 32 Winchester Special, there's absolutely no reason on earth for that cartridge to still exist. But it does, and so we make and sell it, and a bunch in that category.